to step up in the pocket. He's not going to be able to. Bryce Boettcher with a sack.
Bryce's walk-on story actually started on the diamond. 2 seasons into his Oregon baseball career, Bryce joined the football team as a walk-on. He arrived with a can-do, will-do attitude.
He's someone with a prove-it mentality. That's what really being a walk-on is all about. You got to prove something. You got something to prove every single day. He's really embodied that.
Head coach Dan Lanning can only smile when thinking of his first encounter with Bryce.
I remember when he first got here, he was playing safety, and I had to remind Bryce, you can't hit our own players like that at practice. Every once in a while, he'd have to go take a run down around the field goal post because of the energy and enthusiasm that he had.
His teammates say they can always count on Bryce to bring the juice to the practice field.
You know, great locker room guy, a guy that's, out here on the field, he's going to bring energy every day. Whether that's, coming out here with no sleeves on, when it's cold, when it's raining, a guy who's, going to be the first in, last out, and, got a lot of respect for him. So.
We're talking about a young man who got better each year in both sports, and this year has been magical.
Possibly 9-out save if he were to complete it.
Jackson, left center, and a diving grab by Boettcher.
A Gold Glove center fielder on the baseball diamond. As for football,
now you look at a guy that's leading our team in tackles, that's playing with relentless effort, and whether it was the first day he showed up and he's running down on kickoff, or now it's him out there on third down in the most critical moments of the game for us, Bryce has made an unbelievable impact on our team, and it starts with his work ethic.
His coaches say there is no greater example of a player who does things the Burls way.
He's that guy that's done everything possible to maximize his opportunities, and anything that comes his way, he absolutely deserves.
Just being that example to younger guys that are coming into the program in similar circumstance. Hey, you could play for the #1 team in the country, you could be on an elite defense, and you could be a walk-on that really earns valuable playing time and production for your team.
Please welcome Burlsworth Trophy finalist, Oregon linebacker Bryce Boettcher.
This award started in 2010. You are the first athlete that's been here that started in a sport other than football. Now, you had a choice, I guess, when you went to Oregon. Why'd you choose baseball?
It was the only opportunity I had. I would have loved to have played football at the University of Oregon to start, but, they never sent me a letter and never recruited me, so baseball was just my only option.
Now, you've been an Oregon fan for a long time. In fact, I'd say after looking at that video, you've gone from duckling to duck, right? What's that been like?
It's been a dream come true, I'm thankful for my parents for, raising me in that town and taking me all the games growing up. It's a blessing, and, to now be doing it for my hometown, like I said, it's a dream come true.
Who's the first Oregon football player that you thought, wow, I'd like to be like him?
Man, I had a Kenyon Barner jersey growing up, but I'd have to say Marcus Mariota definitely takes the cake on that one. Obviously, he was a really good football player, but just the way he handles himself off the field, from what I noticed, was incredible, and that's, who I wanted to be like. Okay,
so you earned at least a partial scholarship in baseball. You had to give that up to do football. What inspired you to go to football?
It was, it was just a passion that I had. You can't match the feeling you get when you play football. You can in baseball when you hit a homer or make a diving play, but I was just missing something in my life, and I think football was that. And when Coach Lanning got the job, there was a tweet sent out about walk-on tryouts. I was like, I'd regret it down the road if I didn't at least give it a shot, see what happened. So I gave it a shot, and it was the best shot I ever took.
What's the first conversation you ever had with him?
First conversation I ever had with him was walked into his office after, set up a meeting with him, and I shook his hand, and he said, "What position do you want to play?" And I said, "Safety," and he's like, "Perfect. You look just like we want our safeties to look like." And I was like, 195. I thought I was a little small for this, but he thought I was just the right size. He welcomed me with open arms and, made me earn everything that I've gotten today. But, I'll forever be in your debt, Coach, and you too, Coach B. Mike. I appreciate you.
Okay, so you're a center fielder and a safety. That sounds like they make the same sense. How'd you get to be a linebacker and still play center field?
I would probably say just my practice habits of hitting people probably a little too hard in practice is what got me to become a linebacker. And it's probably what Coach Lanning saw in me. Hey, we think you can play linebacker for us, so the transition wasn't easy. I never weighed 220, 225 pounds in my life. So it was a lot of early mornings, a lot of late nights, a lot of food that I wish I would not have eaten, but I had to put in my body. But it was the best decision that I ever made, and I'm grateful that, he saw that I'd be a good backer presence on the team.
You see so many athletes, even at an early age, have to pick one sport. You're still playing two sports. Why did you continue with baseball when you made the football team?
Yeah, I just felt like I had, I still had that passion for baseball as well. And, I had been on the team for a couple of years, so, everyone knew who I was. And it wasn't necessarily that I was going to keep on going playing baseball. I just wanted to give it one more season. It was just kind of the one more mentality. And then my junior season rolled around, and I realized that once I started playing football, I got better at baseball again. I think there's a mental aspect to baseball that when you do it all the time, it's hard for me to be free. I'm the natural person when I'm competitive. I get tense, and I want to fight everyone that I see. And that does not work on the baseball diamond. You have to be relaxed. So I think waking up and going to football practice where I could hit people, get my anger out from striking out the day before, so then I could go out to football practice or the game in the afternoon, made me a better baseball player, so it worked out pretty well.
Now, you said one more season, but then you got drafted by the Houston Astros, and I guess you've already signed with them, but you've still got a decision to make when this year is over for football, don't you?
Yes, sir. I got drafted by the Houston Astros, and I was obviously a blessing, a dream come true. I knew coming into this fall that I wanted to come back for one more season, and they were open to the idea, and I'm grateful that they were, because it's been one heck of a season, one heck of a ride, and I knew that again I would regret it later down the road if I didn't come back and play for my hometown one more season. And obviously it's been great, and I'm having a pretty big decision coming up here in a month or so, but it's a good decision to have to make.
Yeah, what has it been like? You're in a new league this year, and all of a sudden you're undefeated, and you not only win the league, but you're in the playoff as the number one seed. What's that been like? Yeah,
it's surreal. It's especially being from Oregon, from Eugene, seeing the best teams to have come through the area and being a part of one of them this far. But it's also the head down, not done yet mentality that, we just won the Big Ten championship. It's great, but it's not the final goal. It's not what we came here to do. Came here to do bigger things than that. And I think everyone on the team, and certainly the coaches, have that mindset and have instilled it in us. So it's, still a lot of work to be done. Okay, and final question is it harder to hit a 98-mile-an-hour fastball or a 230-pound running back? Man, I'd have to say hitting the 98-mile-an-hour fastball is quite a bit harder. If you're on the football field and you're going 3 for 10 on running backs, you probably wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. But in baseball, you go 3 for 10, you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. So I'd have to say. That's right. Well, we hope you're in the Hall of Fame someday. Thanks for being here. That's Bryce Boettcher.